Howdy. Huh? Yeah, that's fine with me. That's fine with me.
How are you?
All right, how are you? Hi. Is it Shea or
Shae.
Shae. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's an odd name, so I didn't know. So how you been? You been all right?
Not living the life.
Yeah. Well, no, that ain't good.
Terrified to even go to Casey County.
Are you serious? Is that why you moved?
In some extent, yes.
Yeah.
I needed to get out from underneath my parents, and to some extent, yes.
Yeah.
Because I done ran into Kenzie a couple of times at
Really?
Shell and stuff.
And so, of course, you know that his dad and brother are extremely distraught
Yeah.
over the whole situation. And the brother is my son. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You know, we've got, you know, a bunch of stuff together, and, you know, we're trying to figure things out too, and put, you know, if there needs to be some justice served, then see what we can do to make that happen and put Ryan to rest. You know, because, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's somebody's brother and it's somebody's son. You know?
Actually, he was my cousin.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
he's related. We were the first, second cousins. My dad's Shae Lynn. He's
Okay.
related to Benny and
Oh, really?
Dina. And
Are
all
you?
them.
Are you? Okay. I went to school with a Scotty Lynn. Are you familiar with the Scotty? Let's see, who else?
There's Greg Lynn,
Jeff Lynn,
Ricky Lynn, Tim Lynn.
Yeah, I don't know any of those. I don't know any of those. So I've done a list here of maybe some questions you might could clear up for us.
Yeah.
Can't read them right. If it's all right.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Okay. When y'all all got together on your way up to Houstonville, what prompted y'all to go?
Well, I'm just going to start in the beginning.
Sure.
That's how I feel. So in the beginning of the night, my girlfriend at the time, Danielle Stafford, we had went to Dairy Mart. She had got arrested because she had a warrant. And it was later in the evening, like 9 p.m. maybe. I don't remember exactly what time it was.
Take notes?
I don't care at all.
Okay. Danielle Stafford?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And, but she got arrested, which of course distraught me. And I was thinking,
Yeah.
well, I've got to find some kind of bail money or whatever. Well, we used to be friends with Olivia, me and Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we stopped talking to her and quit hanging out because she had gotten this relationship with Kenzie.
Okay.
We just kind of, not really in a mean way, but kind of separated.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, we was living our life, you know, Olivia, whatever. Well, she got arrested, so I got to thinking, well, I'm going to see if Olivia can help me out, get a friend out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
That was my only thought. I wanted to get her out of jail.
Yeah.
So I got a hold of her, and I was like, hey, is there any way, you know, you can help me make a little cash to help get her bond money?
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know. She's like, yeah. Come, come pick me, and we'll go make some money.
Right.
I was like, all right, well, I'm going to run to the house, you know, change or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the house, changed. Well, then I made my way out to Kenzie's.
Okay.
She lived on, well, I don't know if she's moved, but 1547. It's Wheeler Woods.
Wheeler?
Yeah,
Wheeler
something
Woods.
like that.
Okay,
She lived
yeah.
back in there.
Yeah.
So I went back in there, picked her, Kenzie. I didn't even know this Dakota dude was coming.
Uh-huh.
Come to find out that was Kenzie's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody got in the car, you know, no knowledge of any possession of a weapon or anything like that. Because if so,
Yeah. Where did you pick Dakota up at?
we picked him up there.
At Mackenzie's house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It was there at Mackenzie's.
Okay.
Which, of course, she had her backpack. And, of course, you know.
Right.
So we got in the car, and then we went to town, to Dairy Mart. It was like 10:30ish, 11ish, maybe, rolling around to get gas. Because our plans was, I done talked to a dude. He was wanting me to come to Somerset, and he knew me and Danielle. Anyways, he was going to give some money anyways to help with the bond.
Okay.
So we get gas at Dairy Mart, and we get in the car, and then next thing I know, Olivia's mad about something or upset about something. Well, I wasn't focused about anything. I was fixing to head to Somerset. So we get done with the gas, and we head towards Somerset. Well, next thing I know, she's getting a phone call, and she starts hollering. There was an argument on the phone with someone. So I pulled over at Dr. Price's right before you get over the bridge next there at the nursing home in Case County. We parked there because I wasn't going to drive with somebody hollering in the car, finish your conversation, whatever. Come to find out, she was on the phone with Ryan, and they was arguing. I wasn't for sure what they was arguing about. She never told me.
Could you hear anything Ryan was saying?
I couldn't hear anything Ryan was saying. Yeah. Well, in that meantime, while we was sitting there, Kenzie passed out.
From?
Xanax.
Okay.
She had done some drugs at the house, and she passed out. Dakota was just sitting in the back. He was just not saying nothing. Olivia was in the passenger. Just her and Ryan were. She was yelling. I couldn't hear Ryan.
Yeah.
But they was going at it, and the only thing.
Anything she was saying?
Ryan had gotten a wreck. I don't know if it's true because I can't believe a word out of Olivia's mouth. But apparently Ryan had gotten a wreck with Emma, and he didn't tell Olivia when it happened, and it just made her upset. That's what I got told of why she was mad. And then when she was yelling on the phone, she ends up telling Ryan, well, we're coming up there right now. And then that's when she looks at me and says, Shae, go to Moreland right now. I don't care if you got to drive 90. I'm wanting to talk to Ryan. Let's go.
So it was Olivia that instigated going up there.
Yeah. Okay. And at that point, I don't do well with people hollering at me or authority or, I mean, not that I want to disrespect or rebel the authority, but it intimidates me. Like even a principal, mom, dad, just if they start yelling at me, I'm pretty timid about it. So anyways, my thought was, well, her and Ryan's been together. They have talked. So I was just thinking it was another, they was just going to talk.
Right.
So we went to Moreland, and of course I had no knowledge of any weapons or anything like that. And so we go up there, and on our way up there, we get, we pass Houstonville. Is that called Houstonville right there? Where
that
the
little area.
78 right there. We get past there, and that's when Kenzie starts waking up or whatever from the Xanax being knocked out. And then she was like, where are we going? And Olivia's like, we're going to Moreland. We're going to meet Ryan. I got to talk to him. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to take some Xanax and get ready. And that's what I thought. In my head, I'm like,
get ready for
what do you mean? Olivia's going to talk to Ryan.
Yeah.
I thought it was nothing new, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was nothing new. Her and Ryan had talked before.
Right.
I know they had been into arguments before.
Have you ever seen either one of them be physical with the other one?
Not physical, no. But whenever we was hanging out, Ryan had showed up a couple of times after he got off work early in the morning and was up at Olivia's house.
Yeah. And there was arguments there.
Yeah.
But you never saw either one of them get physical with the other?
No, I never saw any.
Was there ever any, death threats between the two of them that you know
I
of?
thought they had honestly, truly loved each other.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And they was just, because I know if you love somebody, there is arguments.
Oh, yeah, and you get stressed over things.
Yeah. So anyway, she done that, and I was like.
So she said that, and then she took some more Xanax?
Yeah, she took some more. And then we get up there, and then they're, for some reason, telling me how to park. And I'm like, well, I'm going and parking,
Who got there first?
Us. We got there, parked. I can't remember if I left the headlights on or not, to be honest. I can't remember. It's been 3 years. Yeah. So we parked, and then we're waiting on Ryan, which he showed up in a Jeep. I guess it was Dina's Jeep, or Rich's.
I'm not sure.
One of their Jeeps. It wasn't his truck. And then Olivia gets out to talk to Ryan, which is what I thought was happening. And then I wasn't paying no attention, and our friend Heather Hernandez at the time, had messaged me. So I get on my phone, and I'm replying back, reading her message and replying back. And I hear a car door open, the back car door where Kenzie was. I wasn't thinking nothing about it. Wasn't expecting anything because I had no knowledge of a gun, so I wasn't expecting to pay attention.
Who was it?
Kenzie was getting out of the vehicle.
Okay.
And I'm still replying back, and then next thing I know, I hear a gunshot. A gun go off, yeah. I heard one gun off. And I looked up, and Kenzie's lowering her hand with a gun. Well, lowering her arm and with a gun in her hand, and Ryan was grabbing a hold of his chest. And then, as soon as, and everything was happening all at fast, because as soon as that gunshot went off and I was seeing her lower that and him grab his chest, Dakota felt obligated, Kenzie's cousin, right, he had a gun apparently. He got out and he went up to the front side, driver's side of the car, and shot towards the Jeep for some reason. He shot 2 or 3 times.
So if this is the Jeep and this is the front of the Jeep,
Yeah.
okay, and then Ryan would have been sitting here, he came to like this area and was shooting, or?
No, the Jeep was here. We'll say that is there any, we'll just use the lighters. Oh, well, never mind, we got these.
Well, I actually have a drawing here of the scene somewhere.
Oh, okay.
You go right ahead, whatever you want to do. And well, turn right to it, look at there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so is that correct? Does that look right to you? That this was...
Is this facing from 127? I'm assuming.
This
and then the
is
parking lot and stores.
This is the store and parking lot. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it was.
So
well,
he's facing this way,
out,
and you pulled it.
Dakota came out from here at like the D area right here. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where he was shooting from.
Okay. Okay.
And Kenzie was like, whenever I looked up to notice she was there, she was right there. It was kind of like they was forming like I said, there was like a triangle stance.
Okay.
There was Ryan here by the driver door. Well, kind of like out to the side of the driver door.
Was he standing up or was he sitting in the seat?
He was standing up at the time when he got shot and was holding his...
He was standing, the door was open.
Yeah, the door was like beside him.
Okay.
And then Kenzie was C and Olivia was B. She was kind of offset. And then he got it. I saw that. And then that's when he ended up in the driver vehicle.
It's hard to see. Does this look correct to you? It's hard to tell here. That he was not sitting in the seat. Is that right? He was standing up. Is that right?
He was standing up, and then he went in like
So
I guess went to sit down or something. I don't know.
Was he sitting down in the Jeep when he was shot?
No, he was not sitting in the Jeep when he was shot. He was standing on the outside, like on the outside
like
of the door
this?
here. No, like over next to the door here. He was like right here. No, the door was not in front of him. He was like offset to the door. And then Olivia was like right here, and then Kenzie was like right here.
Okay.
So there was like a straight shot, and I guess when he got shot, he just went sideways into the Jeep.
Yeah. Because there's a bullet hole in the seat of the Jeep also.
I'm wondering if that's where Dakota had shot 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and see,
I don't know.
I don't know, because there's no bullet holes in the vehicle that match that. Because we've got bullet holes here that would have been his.
Yeah.
See how the arrow goes through there? Goes through the headlight.
Yeah.
And then there's one there on the windshield. And then another one through the bumper. So we didn't know where that one came from. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know.
But anyway, okay. So we got that. Okay. It's okay.
We can move if you want.
All right. Well, that's your little boy.
Well, she
isn't it?
can stay.
Okay.
All right. We'll just move away.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
I'm sorry. We're gonna move to.
There's another picnic table area down there.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you need this lighter? Yeah. Here's your drink.
Oh, shoot. You want to go to one down there? It'd be maybe less likely for somebody to... All right. I sure do appreciate you coming and talking to me and all. And I know it's nerve-wracking.
I know it's 3 years long waiting. Way overdue. Like, I've talked to my parents a few times about it, about how I've wanted to come so many times.
Yeah.
I'm just terrified.
Just afraid.
Because Kenzie just, John said that if my name's in the report she gets back, anything like that,
Then what's she saying she gonna do?
I'd be next. Whatever happens, I don't know. This ain't the first time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you done answered that about the conversation on the way up there, and that you guys arrived first, right?
Yes.
When did you turn your car off? Do you remember?
I can't remember. Because if my headlights weren't on, then it had turned off, but I can't remember if the car was off. I think I left it running, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because I wasn't expecting to be there like long enough for her and Ryan to talk out what they was going to talk out or whatever.
Yeah. After Mackenzie, so she got to get ready, and then she took what was the conversation between her and Olivia? Was she mad because Olivia was going to meet him, or
I think she was a little up.
I mean, did she say
aggravated about
anything? Did she jump on Olivia or anything
No,
like
she
that?
didn't say anything. She just done more Xanax and was like, all right.
What do you think she was taking the Xanax because she was just stressed over them going to meet, or did you feel like now that you look back after the fact that it's because she knew what she was intending to do when she got there? Maybe.
I think it's because she knew what she intended to do. Because before all this, like I said, like a week or two before this, I can't remember the exact date because, we didn't talk. Me and Danielle didn't talk to them until Danielle got in jail. But apparently, Ryan had showed up at Kenzie's house. And Kenzie already brought a gun out.
There at Wheeler Woods Road.
Already brought a gun out and ran him off the property.
And did she threaten to kill him then?
I don't know. I wasn't there. She didn't
okay.
say nothing. She just
Okay.
I'd just been told that by her and Olivia about how he showed up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He
So Mackenzie had told you about
Yeah.
what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said Dakota started shooting after.
Yes. He claims that when Kenzie's gun went off, he got tripped off and thought it was Ryan, so he hopped out.
You remember it going that way, though?
Yes, that was
she
part of
shot?
the conversation after. We hadn't made it to the conversation after,
I
so
see,
I was just
I see. Okay.
wasn't trying to jump ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
All right, go ahead.
So we get back in the car, or Kenzie calmly walks back in the car, and she makes it to the car back before Dakota does. And then as soon as Kenzie gets in the car, Dakota's in the car, and next thing I know, they're telling me to go.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I'm still like shaking, terrified, because two people just had a gun in my car, unloaded a gun in my car.
Right.
Now, I felt bad, like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
Somebody just got shot in front of me.
Yeah.
Somebody that I knew a long time,
right.
grew up with pretty much, went to church with, church camp, bush. Well, Olivia came to the car, ran into the car, and she's like, I'm staying with Ryan. And then that made Kenzie upset. She's like, Shae, go. If she's not going to come, go. I guess this is where I went wrong.
Yeah.
And I left.
Well, I mean, you just reacted. You just reacted.
I felt like I reacted in the wrong way towards not only me, but Ryan and his family.
When Olivia was up there talking to Ryan and Ryan was out of the vehicle, were they arguing then?
There was a little bit of yelling, but I couldn't hear.
I mean, were they like, if I was sitting off and I was looking at them, was their mannerisms and their body language such that I would think that they were arguing?
In the beginning, they seemed like they was calm, and then Olivia
got upset.
There was hands up in the air, like kind of like yelling to express,
And Olivia was the one upset, or were they both upset?
They both seemed upset. But
okay. Now, did you ever see Ryan produce a gun?
Mm-mm.
Did you see him act as if he was holding a gun or anything like that?
No, not that I.
Okay. Now, how much of all of it did you see since you was on the phone texting someone, you said, right?
Yeah, I just heard the car door open up, and then I was on my phone. I heard a gunshot, and I didn't see nobody else with a gun in their hand besides Kenzie lowering a gun in her hand and Ryan grabbing at his chest.
Okay, so when Ryan grabbed at his chest, did he use one hand, both hands, or what?
I remember him using one hand.
Okay, and it was his right hand, was it? Or was it his left hand?
I can't remember exactly which hand it was.
Okay, all right.
And his, I hate to say this, I want to say his last words was, "You just shot me."
Yeah.
I mean, my windows were up, but I'm
Right.
pretty sure I heard that.
So did you see anything go on that made you think that this was self-defense on Mackenzie's part?
No, I didn't see. I don't see how it was self-defense.
What happened after you left in regards to conversations in the vehicle on the way?
We left, and when we left, we went hit the road and went right to the end of that road, and then got back on 127 and went directly down 127 to drop them off at her house. But on our way back to Casey County, before she said anything else, like as soon as we pulled out on 127, we said it back. Before anything else was said, she said, "Nobody speaks about this." Talking to mainly me, I assume it was mainly towards me because, Dakota's her cousin. He shot too. I clearly don't see him speaking of anything. But she made that comment, and then she says, "I just shot a man in the chest."
Yeah. Okay.
And I was scared to even look in the back seat or anything. Like I said, there was a reaction. I left. Wanted to just get them out of the car.
Okay. So nothing was ever said about you, this is what you tell the police or anything like that? This is what you say?
Olivia tried to get a hold of me the next morning. When I dropped them off, because we went back to our house, dropped them off, got them out of my car, I went back to Dina's, which is Danielle's mom. That's where I was staying. And I was staying the night, so I went back there. And I woke Dina up, because I don't remember what time it was.
Yeah.
And I asked her if she'd heard anything from Danielle. And Danielle was still in jail. And I was like, okay. And she went back to sleep. So I sat on the couch until, for a little bit, a little scared, couldn't believe what just happened. And then I get a phone call from my stepmom and was like, "You need to come home now." She's like, "I don't know what's going on." She's like, "I just know that when you get here, just don't be scared. You need to tell what you gotta say."
Yeah.
So on my way out there, Olivia, at that time, I wasn't thinking, block everybody like that out.
Yeah.
Olivia tries contacting me and wanted me to come to her house. And I was like, I'm not coming up there, Olivia. But she had tried to make up fake names for everybody to give to the state police. I'm like, can't do that. I'm not going to lie for you, Olivia. I'm not going to lie in this state. Somebody just got murdered. I'm not. And I think they tried their best to get me to stick to that and whatnot, because they tried to get me to say that I didn't know who Dakota was and that we
Who
just
tried to
picked him
get you
up.
to say that?
Olivia and Kinsey.
So
Yeah.
Mackenzie talked to you too and said this is what needs to be
It was
said?
kind of like together.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like,
So were you threatened?
Kinsey had said that if my name had popped up in the report that she got when she got out of jail or whatever after all this, then she'd be coming for me next. So I tend to not go to Case County. If I am in Case County, I go directly to my parents.
Did you ever make the police aware of her making that statement to you?
I tried telling them I was scared, and they said, "Well, you shouldn't be scared."
And that was it?
Yeah. They told me that I shouldn't be scared. I don't know why I shouldn't. Somebody had just killed a man with guns in my car that I had no recognition of. Not only do I live with the consequence and guilt of that, but I feel like I still live with the consequence and guilt of it. It's my fault, and I'm just...
Did you ever see Ryan and Olivia, like, putting hands on each other during all that? No. You don't think, was it just you maybe didn't see it, or do you think that it didn't happen that way? Or
I didn't see no hands.
you didn't see
Not
it?
unless they had done it when I was
Right.
messaging back. But
Okay,
other than that, they was standing.
Do you know anything about Olivia putting Ryan's gun supposedly back into the driver's seat?
No.
Nothing has ever been said to you about that?
No. The only thing I heard about, but this was from the police,
Mm-hmm.
that the scene had been tampered with.
Mm-hmm.
I'd heard that, and they asked, if anything was planned or anything like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I left. I
Yeah.
didn't. Olivia was the one that was left at the scene when I had left. She said she was going to stay with Ron.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're covering a bunch of this already. So, did she say that to you, that nothing should come up with your name, shouldn't come up in it in the ride back? That's when she said that to you?
Yeah.
A
A little bit closer to her house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there ever any Facebook conversations between y'all, or Snapchat,
No,
or any other?
After I talked to the state police at my parents' house on the front porch, I got on my phone and everybody was blocked, deleted as much as possible.
Okay. All right. So nothing on Snapchat or any other
No.
Instagram or any other social media?
No.
Okay.
And they got mad at me for that.
For blocking it?
Yeah.
So you picked up, like you said, you picked up Dakota at Mackenzie's house.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have any idea who took Dakota then to his mom's house?
I have no idea.
No idea. And you don't know whether Olivia had a gun or not?
I don't know that.
This was kind of off the beaten path, but Mackenzie. Do you know of anybody by the name of Brandy Keith?
Yeah.
Okay, this is off the beaten path here.
The Josie Judd.
Yeah. So, what do you know? Anything that you've overheard in conversation about?
Okay. I don't know nothing particularly about that.
Uh-huh.
What I've heard is that somebody gave her a bad shot.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't intentional. She gave her own bad shot. But at the time, what I do know is at the time, Brandy and Kenzie weren't together. They was in that, literally the Ryan, Olivia, and Kenzie triangle.
I see. Uh-huh.
And then Josie and Kenzie, because I was friends with Josie. Janelle that was with me today, she was best friends with Josie too. And her and Josie, Kenzie and Josie were messing around and was together. And then next thing I know, they're not together. Kenzie ended it with Josie, and then Josie and Brandy are best friends. Which I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But they was best friends, and then I hear that Josie had got a bad shot up by bad dope. And everybody was saying Brandy, Kenzie.
Yeah.
I just...
So, did anybody ever say that either Mackenzie or Brandy was the one that gave her the shot?
I haven't for sure been directly told that or heard that.
Or if any of them had been bragging about that they killed her?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Do you know of them bragging to anybody on social media or anything like that after the fact about killing Ryan?
No.
No.
I have no knowledge of that. No.
Okay. We're just trying to,
Get
a paper
justice
trail.
and get
a paper
truth.
trail. If we can
Start
get
the
those,
process early and get it done.
Right. Let me flip this real make sure I ain't I'm not forgetting anything. If you could be assured of your protection, would you be willing to give a statement to law enforcement? And specifically things that may be different than what you told the first time, and just explain to them, why maybe that you didn't come forward the first time with the whole facts of it all, because that they would want to know that, and they would want to know why, of course, that you didn't make those truthful statements to start off with. If what would you need to have happen to make you feel safe enough to come forward and do that, if anything?
I can't think right off.
Are you fearful for your life from her?
Yeah, I'm a little terrified to even see her in the courtroom.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not sure how that works with that. I know my dad had said something about how they can
witness protection,
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If they thought that their threat was significant enough, I believe that they would be able to take action on that. Especially if what you have to say is significant enough to change the flavor of the whole investigation from the way it was the first time. You know what I'm saying? Would you have a problem with me taking your phone number and maybe passing it along to, we're looking at taking it to the State Attorney General's office. So it's beyond state police and all. It's on the ladder even higher, and have someone on that governmental higher level possibly contact you, or send whoever they appoint to talk to you. You'll be all right with that? You feel safe enough to do that?
Yeah.
Because we certainly don't want you to feel unsafe, and of course we're not pressuring you into doing anything, but we would like for there to be closure, and if Ryan was in the wrong, we would like the evidence to prove it, that it was justifiable homicide. If that's the case, then we would like proof. But if it was murder and not justifiable homicide, we would like the evidence and prove that case.
Just like me and which of course my parents, I've not seen a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm not able to see a therapist about this situation because I don't feel like the case has been closed. That's why I'm not. So I've never spoke to a therapist.
Let me explain something to you about medical profession. How familiar are you with the medical profession? Everything that you say to a medical professional is strictly confidential. The only way that information will come forward is if it was subpoenaed. Okay? And just like if you talk to your priest or a preacher, that's confidential. If you talk to your lawyer, that's confidential. And if you're married, then your conversations between you and your spouse are confidential, and you can't be compelled to bring those out and talk about it. But if it's something you feel like you need to talk to somebody about and you need therapy about, don't hesitate. Do not hesitate, because it might help you to move beyond this too, and especially if we can get some justice.
Like I've told my parents, Ryan don't have a voice.
Right.
And like they said, I'm the only one that's
willing
to actually stand up and say something and say the truth.
From the time that you got on the scene to the time that he was shot, how much time would you guess transpired?
To leave, like between what happened and leaving?
Because it was just shortly after he was shot that y'all left.
I would quick enough for him to be shot and Olivia to run over and say she was staying with Ryan, and them yelling at me to go 3 times.
What, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'd say 5, maybe 7 minutes.
From the time you arrived until it happened?
Oh, the time when we arrived to when we left. I'd say almost 15 minutes, maybe. I'd say 10 to 15 in between there.
Yeah. So from the time that you arrived and Olivia gets out and starts talking to him,
I'd say that was like 5 minutes maybe, and then everything else was just a quick.
Went haywire after that.
Yeah. I'd say about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give you my phone number. And if you will, let me, if you feel comfortable enough, let me have yours.
My phone is temporarily off, but it will be turned back
Okay.
on. I'll go ahead and, I'm sure she'll be fine with me giving her number too.
Okay.
I'll give
And
you
this
mine
is
and
your
Janelle, yes.
your girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, here's mine.
But
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, like I said, I sure appreciate you. Well, let's come here and let's go there. And it's Shae Lynn, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what's her name again?
Janelle.
Janelle.
Yeah.
What's her last name?
It sounds like reuser,
Uh-huh.
but it's German, so it's Ricer.
Oh, okay.
I'll go ahead and write it on here just in case.
All right.
But that second one's her phone
Okay.
number.
All right. You got pretty handwriting.
Yeah, I've seen her, like I said, 2 or 3 times. I ran into her at the Shell gas station in Case County, and ever since then I've been scared too. If I go into Case County, we don't stop. We don't go to the dollar store. We don't go here.
Did she say anything to you when you saw her there?
No, just had a look, like,
You mean mugged you?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting in the car and going. Like,
Yeah.
she loves the Apple Festival, but I refuse to go to the Apple Festival. Big crowds.
Yeah.
Can't.
Well, like I said, I sure do appreciate you. And if you think of anything else or you just want to vent,
I'll give you a call.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, I'm retired from the healthcare profession, and so,
That's what Richie said.
yeah, so I can help you out, hopefully, and maybe you can help us out too. And,
Appreciate meeting with me.
oh, thank
Hopefully
you.
I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, do what I can to help you out.
And I'm going to do what I can.
Well, thank you so much. You have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
You
Uh-huh.
too.